For the first time in a decade, NATO has grown. Its newest addition, in a tiny country in the Balkans with a population of just over 600,000 people. I'm Dana Lewis, and I've come here to Montenegro to find out why it's just become the 29th member of NATO. It's a decision that's divided the nation, it has enraged Russia, and it's put this small country at the center of a geopolitical tug of war between East and West. Minutes drive from Montenegro's capital of Podgorica, Montenegro's army is in action.
To the right side, you now see them close to...
Troops now fly the NATO flag and carry out simulated mountaintop assaults with other Western countries like Austria. Why does NATO want Montenegro in its alliance? The fact is, this is a tiny army, only 2,000 soldiers. But it paves the road for other countries to potentially join NATO, and its membership sends a very strong message to Russia. By signing up Montenegro to the NATO alliance, it now strategically controls the entire northern shore of the Mediterranean, from Portugal to the Syrian border. And its ports will no longer welcome Russian warships. Why do you think Russia sees NATO as a threat, and what is your message to them?
And I'm pretty sure our accession to NATO is in the best interest of Russia, if their interest is peace and stability in the region. So, yeah. So we will see.
Russia's annexation of Crimea, its intervention in Ukraine and Georgia, and military threats to NATO countries in the Baltics help push Montenegro into NATO's arms.
I don't believe we have ever been the primary target of Russian politics in the region. We are only one piece of the puzzle. I believe that as any big power, Russia is trying to challenge the international liberal order.
How far was Russia willing to go to block the NATO ascension? Montenegro claims Russia directed a coup plot against the government. Milan Kanevich is an opposition party leader and one of those indicted. He says the government created the coup to sway support for NATO and reinforce resentment of Russia.
To je najveća glupost. Dakle, ja nisam nikakav ruski agent, ja sam crnogorski političar koji se zalaže za najbolje moguće odnose sa Rusijom, jer se radi o našem istorijskom i tradicionalnom.
Just 18 years ago, NATO bombed Montenegro at the beginning of its campaign to free Kosovo. Montenegro has mixed memories of NATO. In 1999, this was an underground warplane hangar. NATO bombed it in the war. 27 planes were destroyed. Today, it houses 1.5 million liters of wine. Montenegro exports $16 million of wine per year. Most of that goes to Russia. But since it joined NATO, Moscow banned all wine imports from the country. Its beaches have been targeted too. Russia's foreign ministry has warned Russian tourists against going to Montenegro. Russia clearly sees NATO's expansion into Montenegro as a loss of influence, power, and pride. The question is, will NATO's presence here long term be a stabilizing factor as it has been in other parts of Europe since World War II? Or is this dangerous tinkering in Eastern Europe? Because another conflict in the Balkans could drag NATO into a war it never counted on.